Let's head over to London now, where Ian Lee is standing by. Ian, you've been following a few stories from around the world for us. You know, we have been talking about how President Trump has announced that he wants to see some American troops removed from Afghanistan. You are following a story about the behavior of Australian troops in Afghanistan that is turning up some real shocking details.
Good morning, Anne-Marie. That's right. Australian officials are releasing some damning information about incidents spanning over a decade. The country's Defense Force chief says there is credible evidence his special forces unlawfully killed at least 39 people, including Afghan prisoners, farmers, and civilians. Australia launched the investigation back in 2016 after local media reports about the killing of unarmed men and children. The military's inspector general found 23 incidents of alleged murders by 25 Australian soldiers. The report says the troops took part in body count competitions and covered up unlawful killings by staging skirmishes and planting weapons. The inquiry has been handed over to a special war crimes prosecutor who will help determine if there's enough evidence to prosecute those involved. Next, we are in South Korea, where the government is stepping up its battle against the coronavirus. The country kicked off a special 2-week prevention period ahead of the highly competitive college entrance exams. Classrooms have been disinfected and temperatures taken. They're also urging people to take extra precautions in their daily lives. Roughly 500,000 students are expected to take the annual exam on December 3rd, which will determine their future career prospects. Now, this comes as South Korea is seeing a spike in COVID, with 343 new cases, bringing the total to nearly 30,000, with roughly 500 deaths. Next, we are in Colombia, where families are searching for lost loved ones. Iota devastated the country earlier this week, leaving one island with nearly all of its infrastructure wiped out, making it difficult for families to connect. The Category 5 hurricane had sustained winds of 160 miles per hour as it tore through Central America. So far, more than 30 people have died. Iota was the strongest hurricane of the year, forcing tens of thousands of people to flee. Heavy rains caused landslides and flooding. And this storm came just 2 weeks after Category 4 Hurricane Iota hit the same region, killing more than 200 people. And Anne-Marie, this region sees these kind of storms maybe once every few decades, but in this case, it happened twice in 2 weeks. And it just shows how this hurricane season just keeps delivering these horrific storms.
Yeah, it's so true. And of course, all of this is happening with this raging pandemic occurring. I could see in the video there, everyone's got masks on. It just complicates things even more when it's so tough to sort of put your life back together after something like that. Ian Lee, thank you so much.